G'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going over my investment thoughts of every single retiring Brickheadz set. Let's get into it. Right, straight into it, not going to waste anyone's time because we do have 14 sets to go over. Not going to go into too much depth, otherwise we're going to be here for hours. I just want to give my overall investment thoughts on these sets and why I think we should be investing in them and maybe why not. But let's get started with Lady Liberty. Set number 40367, it has 153 pieces. And this set does retail in Australia for 16 bucks, 10 bucks in the US and 10 pounds in the UK. Now, I'm not going to get up like the websites for the shelf life and stuff. I've got all them written down in my notes here. So this set was released in June of 2019 and it will be retiring at the end of the year like all these sets, which means that the shelf life would be about 3.5 years. So especially for a Brickheadz set, that's been out for a very long time, which I believe is definitely going to hinder its long-term investment performance. But besides that, we can see that there is a limit of 2 on the LEGO store, and it usually is always in stock. And if we go over to Bricklink, we can see that like the supply of the set, we do have 238 lots, which means different sellers, and between them they're selling just about nearly 1,600 sets of these Lady Liberties. Further to that, with the demand side of things, we have in the last 6 months sold 19 of these between 19 different people, and between those they have bought 39 sets. So essentially we can say like 19 of them have been sold. Also to that, I have written down that 2 have been sold on eBay in the last couple of months, and it is just a set that it is usually in stock and it usually is easy to get, and that's not what we want when we are investing in LEGO. Obviously some things are different, but we always want that supply to be low and that demand to be high. There definitely is some demand for there, like there is 19 sold, but given the shelf life of the set, it's been out for a long time compared to every other Brickheadz set pretty much that has been released, and compared to just some other Brickheadz on this list, I'm just going to be avoiding this one. But I'm not a financial advisor, do what you wish, but me personally, I will not be touching the Lady Liberty. Next one retiring is this one here, Gru, Stuart and Otto, set number 40420, 244 pieces. In Australia it retails, so as you can see, 30 bucks. The US is 20 and the UK is 18 pounds. Now there is a limit of 15 of this set, so a decent amount on here, and I believe it just has stopped, but it was on sale about 20% off here. I think maybe from yesterday, it must have ended today, being the 1st of August. But this set has actually really been on special on the LEGO store, which is not a good sign, which means that they do have a lot of stock they're trying to get rid of, which means the demand isn't there. But this set I've got it written down here, this set was released in April of 2021, and by the time it retires would have been out for about a year and 10 months, so just shy of that 2-year run, which again for Brickheadz is kind of above average. They usually stay out for around 12 months, and a little bit less is the ones we want to be targeting. But with that, we're going to have a quick look on Bricklink, and we can see that the last 6 months sales, there's only been 3 sold, so there really isn't any demand for this set at all. And supply, a lot less supply compared to the Lady Liberty, but the demand just isn't there. So for that reason, I'm going to be avoiding this set as well. Next, we have the Shorthair Cats, set number 40441, 250 pieces. Australia retails for 25 bucks, US is 15 bucks, and the UK is £13.50. This set was released, I've got it written down here again, January of 2021, and it is retiring by the end of the year, which means it's going to be out for about 2 years. So again, it's about that 2-year run, which is a little bit above average for what these sets usually are out for. Let's go and have a look at the supply and demand. So we can see here there is a limit of 15 on the LEGO store. You don't always have to go off of this too much because it can be a bit dodgy, but limit of 15 it's saying there at the moment. And we can see that last 6 months we've had about 5 sold, at least here on Bricklink. On eBay there has been 3 sold in the last few months on eBay, and supply wise there's 60 different sellers, so definitely not too much demand either. And all of these pets themed Brickheadz, I am personally going to be staying away, because in the research I've done on Brickheadz, it seems to be more of the license theme stuff like Star Wars, Harry Potter and your Disney side of stuff tend to do a lot better return on investment wise than these unlicensed stuff, just like the pets and that type of stuff. But that's just from what I've been reading. This is just my opinion, remember that. Do whatever you want, but pretty much all of these pet sets I am going to be staying away from, and including obviously the Shorthair Cats. Next is the Goldfish. This one would probably be the one exception out of the pets. I still personally won't be buying them. Maybe if I got them at a discount, yes, but we're going to get into it. So the Goldfish, set number 40442, 186 pieces. Australia retails for $25, US $15, UK £13.50. Now this set was released in March of 2021, and by the time it does retire, it would have been out for about a year and 10 months. So again, kind of around that shelf life, which is similar to a few of these sets we have already discussed. And as we can see, it is actually temporarily out of stock. And this set seems to be out of stock a little bit, actually, I've noticed, compared to at least the other pet sets. But then we go to Bricklink and we can see that there has been only 5 sold in the last, but 5 individual buys, and they bought 16 between them. But 5 sold in the last 6 months, and supply-wise, there's 55 different sellers, and between them there's 226 individual sets for sale. But again, there isn't too much demand, at least on Bricklink, but however, it is usually out of stock, at least here in Australia on the LEGO site. So probably out of all the pets themed Brickheads, this would be the one that I would be most inclined to invest in. However, I am still not going to be touching this one because there is some more down the track that I'd rather be spending my money on, which I believe are going to do better return on investment wise, at least faster than I reckon the Goldfish will be. Next, we move on to another pets one, which is the Budgie, which is set number 40443. It is 261 pieces. As you can see, $25 Australian, 15 US, and that £13.50 again in the UK. Now, this set was released in March 2021, so like the Goldfish, retiring at the end of the year, so about a year and 10 month run it will be having. And there is a limit of 15 again here, as we can see, and if we go to Bricklink, there's been 2 sold in the last 6 months, so there's hardly any demand for this at all. And on eBay, there has been 1 sold in the last few months, so the demand for this one is definitely not there, which is straight away a red flag for sets that we do not want to be investing in. And supply-wise, there is 47 lots on Bricklink, we can see, between like 147 sets, 47 sellers, and on eBay I had written down there's 7 listings on eBay, at least here in Australia. So obviously the supply isn't as high, but that's because there's just no demand for it. There's been 6 sold on Bricklink in the last 6 months, and as I said, only 1 sold on eBay. So again, I won't be investing in this set. Now we do move on to the Chinese New Year Pandas, set number 40466, 249 pieces, retails for $30 here in Australia, $20 in the US, and in the UK it is £18. This set was released in January of 2021, and by the time it retires, it would have had a run time of about 2 years. And if we go and have a gaze on Bricklink here, we can see in the last 6 months we've had 4 sold in the last 6 months. And there is a little bit of supply here, as we can see. And on eBay, what I have written down here, demand-wise, there's been 1 sold on eBay here in Australia in the last couple of months. So again, the demand just isn't really there for this type of set. And due to that, I'm not going to be touching this one either. There is just other sets that I do like better than this one. Now we're going on to the Ginger Tabby, set number 40480, 269 pieces. And Australia, $25, US $15, and UK £13.50, like a majority of these pet sets at least. And this set was released in August of 2021, and by the time it retires, would have had a bit of a shorter run time than the sets we've already looked at 1 year and 4 months, give or take a month or 2. But as we can see, limited 15 again here on the LEGO website, and it is always in stock. And just, I forgot to mention, all of these Brickhead sets are actually exclusive only to the LEGO store, at least here in Australia. You can only get them from like LEGO stores, like obviously LEGO AU, and obviously and here in Australia we do have Bricks Mega Stores as well. They're like your different franchise-owned LEGO shops and stuff like that. But anyway, they are all exclusive to LEGO suppliers. And if we go over to Bricklink here, we can see that last 6 months we've had 4 sold, and the supply here, we've got 36 lots on Bricklink here, and between 36 sellers and 150 sets. But again, there's just not much demand, and I have written down here, this one, there's only been 1 sold on eBay as well, and it's always in stock on the LEGO store. There's a limit of 15. There's just not much supply, not much demand for these pet sets over some of the other Brickheads which we're going to have a look at. So similar to the other ones, I'm going to be staying away from this one as well. Right, now we move on to one of my favourite Brickhead sets on this list, and that is the Voldemort, Nagini, and Bellatrix. Set number 40496, 344 pieces, In Australia, it retails for 40 bucks, the US is 25, and the UK it's 22 pounds. Now, this set was released in June of 2021, which means by the time it retires, it would have been out for about a year and a half. And as you can see here, it is out of stock, and this set is always out of stock. It is very hard to pick up, at least at retail price. And if we go and have a gaze at Bricklink, we can see that last 6 months sales, there's been 31 sold. So it has the highest demand out of any of the sets that we have seen so far, which is a very good sign. And if we have a look at the supply, there's 100 different sellers, and between them they have a quantity of 352. So there is some supply, but if you have a look at the average price is pretty much 50% return on investment if they were to sell it, not counting fees or anything, but there's a 50% markup going from 40 retail to 60 bucks from what they're selling for. And on eBay, there has been 4 sold here in Australia, all above retail price, significantly above retail price actually, which means that the demand is there because people are willing to pay that extra. So will I be investing in this set? 2 thumbs up, yes I will be. Now we move on to another pets one, which is St. Bernard, set number 40543, 236 pieces. In Aussie here, it retails for 25 buckers. In the US, it's 15 bucks. In the UK, £13.50. And this set was released in January of this year, which means by the time it retires, it would have been out for about a year, about 11 to 12 months. So definitely the shortest shelf life we have seen so far, which is good, but we do have a limit of 15 on here on the LEGO website. If we go and have a gaze on Bricklink, again, like a majority of these pet sets, there's just not too much demand, at least on Bricklink. There is 4 sold in the last 6 months, and on eBay, what I've got written down here, has been 1 sold in the last couple of months. So again, just these pet sets don't have that higher demand. And supply-wise, 24 different sellers, 105, so the supply is a lot lower, but that's again because there's just not much demand for this set. It's not selling. So because of that, same as the other pet sets before, I won't be investing in it. Right, we do have 5 left. That's why I have been kind of speeding this up a bit, because it is going to take a little while and we still have 5 left. But anyway, we're going to the French Bulldog, another pet set. So it's going to be similar to all my other reviews I've done. So set number 40544, 237 pieces, 25 bucks here in Australia, 15 US and £13.50 in the UK. Now this set was released again in January 2022, which means by the time it retires, about a year. If we go and have a gaze at Bricklink, we can see that there has been 3 sold in the last 6 months. Well, 4, but between 3 sellers. In the supply-wise, there is 27 sellers, between them 107 quantity they do have. And on eBay, there's been 1 sold in the last few months, and there is 5 listings on eBay for this set as well. So I'm going to be staying away from this one as well, even though we can see the last 6 months that it has been selling for above retail price. But limited 15, this thing's always in stock at the LEGO store, so I don't know why people are paying above retail when you can constantly get it for retail and get VIP points and free gifts if you purchase it off the LEGO website. So all these pets ones, again, I'm just going to be staying away. Now we have a bit of a bigger Brickhead set with the Spice Girls Tribute, set number 40548, 578 pieces, Australia 80 bucks, US 50 bucks, and the UK 45 pounds. Now this set was released in March of this year, so by the time it retires, about 9-10 months it would have been out for. So the shortest shelf life we have seen so far, which is good. But we do have a limit of 5, and this thing I've never really seen out of stock. I've never really paid too much attention to it though, to be honest with you. And if we go and have a look on bloody Brickheadz, on Bricklink, we can see that we have 4 sold in the last 6 months, and there is not too much supply of it, which is good. But there's just not much supply. It's the Spice Girls. Obviously, you're going to have to be selling this to fans of the Spice Girls, which in the broad scheme of things for us LEGO investors, we want more of a wide range of an audience. And this, to me, it's just not collectible and iconic enough to be investing too many and having heaps and heaps of buyers to offload these sets in like 12 to 18 months. So I won't be touching this set either. Now we move on to Demogorgon and Eleven, obviously from Stranger Things. Set number 40549, 192 pieces, 30 bucks here in Australia, 20 in the US, and 18 pounds in the UK. This set was released in February of this year, so by the time it retires, about 11 months. So again, a shorter shelf life, which is a good sign. There is a limit of 5, and this set I have seen out of stock. Not too much, but I have seen it out of stock. So obviously there is some demand for this set. And as we can see here, there has been 17 different sellers. They've bought 69 sets between them, but we're just going to say there's been 17 buyers for this set. So not a great deal, but it is pretty much more than every other set we've seen so far besides that Voldemort set. So there is definitely demand for this set. And Stranger Things, is very, very popular, and the Upside Down, which is the biggest Stranger Things set, which has recently retired as well, is performing quite well. Obviously, that has to do to the newer release of the new Season 3, but nevertheless, it is a good set in my opinion. So if you are looking to invest in Brickheadz, keep this one on your radar, because I believe it could be a good investment, especially when that Season 4 comes out. I reckon that will definitely boost the value of this set. So will I be investing in it? Yes, I'll be doing a lot more research into this set, but I do reckon it is probably in the top 5 investments out of all these Brickheadz sets on this list. 2 to go. Buzz Lightyear, set number 40552, 114 pieces, $16 here in Australia, $10 US, £10 in the UK. This set was released in February of this year. By the time it retires, same as the Demogorgon and Eleven set, about 11-month runtime, which is very nice. And as we can see, there is a limit of 5. In this set, I have seen out of stock as well. And if we go and have a look at Bricklink, we can see that last 6 months, there's been 37 different sellers. So if we compare that to this one here, the Buzz Lightyear does have the highest demand so far on this list, which is a very good sign. And supply-wise, there are 64 different sellers for 304 quantity between them. So very good signs for this set. And it is smaller, it's cheaper as well, which means if you think about it, if you bought this set for $16, all it has to do is reach $32 and you've doubled your money, and you've done that. It is very, very, in my opinion, it will reach that at least in 12 months. So it is something to think about, but this is definitely on the top of my list as well for investing in these Brickheadz sets. And lastly on the list, we're finally at the end, we do have the Roadrunner and Wile Coyote, set number 40559, 205 pieces, $30 here in Australia, 20 in the US and 18 in the UK. This set was released in February of this year, so again, an 11th month runtime by the time it does retire. This is also usually out of stock. It's just recently come back in stock actually in the last probably week and a half. I do keep my eyes on this one as well, because it is the first Looney Tunes Brickheadz set that has been released. But let's go and have a look at Bricklink. There has been 13 sold in the last 6 months, so not a great deal of demand, but definitely more than like your pets and stuff like that. And supply-wise, there is 57 sellers, 363 quantity between them. And on eBay, there has been 3 sold in the last couple of months, and they have all been at least probably about 50 to 60% above what its recommended retail price is at $30. So I do like it. It is the first Looney Tunes theme of Brickheadz that has released. It is definitely on my list as well to have a look at, to invest in. So is it on my list to invest in? Yes, I will be investing in this set. I won't be going too deep into it, but I will be looking to try and pick up a few of these. So overall, my thoughts on all of these sets are, the ones that I will be looking at investing in is this one here, the Roadrunner and Wile Coyote, the Buzz Lightyear, the Demogorgon and Eleven from Stranger Things, and the Voldemort, Nagini, and Bellatrix. So they're my main 4, and if I was to pick a pets, it would probably have to be the Goldfish. So they're my 5 to have a geeze at for investing in. But remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not saying I'm an expert or professional. I have been investing in LEGO since I was 17-year-old. I am 25 now. So what's that, bloody 8 years? It's not an overly long time, but I have been doing it for quite a long time, and I have made a lot of money doing it. But this is just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. I could be wrong. I could be horribly wrong. But this is just my opinion from experience and doing some research and stuff like that. But those are the 5 sets that I will be looking at investing in. And if I had to pick one, that one there. Now, I will be making a video kind of going on from this, and we will be looking at the top 10 performing Brickheadz sets that have ever been released. And there is a bit of a theme in these top 10 for what type of sub-themes. So obviously the theme is Brickheadz, but the sub-theme is like Harry Potter, Disney, pets, for example. And there is a bit of a theme for what sets do well compared to others. And that's what's interesting, and that's what also I'm basing my advice off for this video as well. But anyway, if you guys would like the video, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave your thoughts down below in what ones will you be investing in. And I will see you lovely people in the next video. Bye.